So welcome to VancouverWalking.com. Today we're playing Dead by Daylight. We're using the Killer the Doctor. A little bit for anyone who's not familiar with the stream, this is world famous one and done. We play one game a day, regardless of how ugly or beautiful it is, and we upload it in live commented. So don't forget to go over to VancouverWalking.com. Today we knew we were in kind of trouble because when the game showed up, the four survivors already were checked off, which means it's a team that's playing. So it's a little difficult to win when it's 1 against 4. Like I said, when it's 1-on-1, it's okay, but 1-on-4, it's a little difficult to win. So they've got their disengaging the hooks. They're doing all kinds of stuff to prevent me from getting any of them on the hook. But I think they only got one of them on the hook. Is it a conceited effort? If you can get three of your friends together, that's probably the best way you can play this game. You can guarantee your survival and your points and everything else. That's what I'd recommend if you've got 3 other friends that can play online with you, or just a couple of friends. It doesn't really matter, but a full squad would be the best. So a little bit about the reflection, what is going on with this. We're getting some sunshine here in Vancouver. Hallelujah. So what we do is we wake up in the morning, turn on the PS4, turn on the TV, set up the camcorder, record, then upload to OBS and live comment, in which what we're doing right now. And due to the fact that the sun is rising, what is it? I think the sun was up at like 6 a.m. around. It was starting to get lighter even before that, 5 something. So it's very difficult for us to negate the reflection, but we're trying. Maybe we can see if we can figure out a different camera angle, but I don't think that's really going to do anything. Oh, there's a survivor there, and they're doing the pallet game, so let's see if we can go find him or her. Let's kick this generator a couple of times. So there is no game sound on this game. Why, you ask? Because we're streaming on an old Mac, not enough RAM to do the Soundflower or whatever other apps you can that you need to stream in the audio for the game. So what we're stuck with is my voice. We may actually try to overdub it with some music. We're not 100% sure. We're kind of working on that because that, once again, that's going to be stressing the RAM in our old Mac. But we'll see what we can do. I don't know about that reflection. Maybe we can just play this later on at nighttime or something like that. But then we have to worry about the lights on in the house. So we will try to figure out a way to see if we can counteract that reflection. Tomorrow and Friday it's going to be rainy and overcast, so we don't have to worry about the reflection so bad. So it's one good thing about the Vancouver weather. You can guarantee it's going to be rain for 8 months. So that's what's going on here. We're playing the world famous one and done. We're playing Dead by Daylight. We're using the Killer the Doctor. And we basically got our butts kicked on this game. As I said, due to the fact that the 4 players were playing as a team, which is a smart thing to do. Not exactly the best for the killer, but it's definitely a good thing to do if you're a survivor. Just try to find some online friends because there's safety in numbers, and you can prevent someone putting a survivor up on the hook if you go disengage the hook and stuff and the flashlights. And there's all kinds of things that the survivors have in their little toolbox, so to speak, to prevent the killer from being successful. And this squad of 4 were quite successful at it. Um, Once again, we had some of those generators. We were able to disengage, I think, 1 or 2 of the generators. But there's some of them that the infinite number of kicks is not going to help anything. So let's just go over there to see where this explosion was, to see if we can go find a survivor. So once again, you don't really need any fancy equipment. We've got a 9-year-old Mac, 9-year-old camcorder, 9-year-old headset, etc. We've got a whole bunch of old equipment, but we're still streaming, so you don't really need a fancy computer. And you can just do what we did. We're doing this with OBS. OBS is the free software, broadcasting software, so anyone can afford it. And that's what we suggest. So camcorder, headset, and a computer is essentially what you need, and you can stream all you want. That is unless you want to go outside and do this, if you're going to need a cell phone. But you could actually use your cell phone to record the screen and then upload it and comment it on Streamlabs or OBS. If you just have, even if you have a cell phone, just record the TV on your cell phone, and then you can live comment it on Streamlabs. So there's a couple of survivors. Let's go see if we can give one of them a whack here. Okay. There's one of them, gives them one of them a whack. And due to the reflection and the lighting in the house currently, it's very difficult to see the survivors when they're crawling around on the ground. Probably the best environment would be complete darkness. So we did leave one survivor crawling, and we just moved on. As you can see, the exits have been lit up or activated or opened. Okay, there's one. So let's go see if we can see. That's what she disengaged that hook just as I was going for it. But no worries, we can get him over to this other hook. But they're right there, ready to hang them off, get them off the hook, see? So it's definitely a team of 4. And good for them, but not good for me. So that's probably the best ways you can team up and maneuver to avoid being terminated from the game. But that would be my recommendation if you're a survivor. Even though that there is survivors that the point of this to save other survivors, but this team, as soon as everything was all loaded up, it just blasted on all 4 of them. There were already 4 checks, so it means that they're playing in a team. No worries, it is what it is. It's a game. We had fun. We always have fun. And that's the point of life, is having a little bit of fun. So there was no pansies or pussies who tapped out in this game, which was nice. And once again, they were all clustering around me, preventing me from getting her on the hook. They're around biting my ankles, so to speak. So I was unable to get her on the hook due to the fact, as I said, the mob mentality of the survivors, which is good for them, but it's crappy for me. I prefer just to have 4 random people going around, and then it's every man for himself, and then you can just eliminate them one by one. But when you're patched up against a group of 4, it's a little more difficult to succeed, because as you've seen, they're constantly clattering around me, preventing me from putting people on the hooks, disengaging the hooks, flashlights, and everything. So it's definitely a team effort. So let's see if we can sneak up here and give someone a whack. Whack. So we're going to see if we can get him over to a hook. But there is still survivors lingering around. They're still biting at my heels. And once again, preventing me from getting him on the hook. This is due to the line of sight of the killer and stuff. You can't really tell if someone's biting your ankles, but that's what was happening there. A bunch of them were clustered around, preventing me from putting them on the hook once again. So they are not the best game players. It's just doomed because they're only safety in numbers. So that is it for today's hunt. Don't forget to join us over at patreon.com/Vancouver Walker. $5 gets you access to 90 original only available Patreon videos on Vancouver, Japan, scratch and wins. We got everything and anything on there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in tomorrow's hunt.